Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that question, and it kind of makes me think about, as we were discussing earlier, questioning more abstract beliefs. So I wondered if you could say a little bit, relating the conversation just now to this idea of questioning an abstract belief, where maybe there's not really a concrete memory or experiential memory to reference.
Yeah, anything can be questioned. There's no limit to the work. You don't have to say only concrete, specific examples, specific situations. Only those can be done with the work. No, you can question abstract beliefs, abstract ideas. You can question absolutely anything. Some people are more comfortable working with abstract ideas, and it's going to be more natural for them to work with an abstract idea. So know yourself, and if it feels comfortable, no problem, or try it and find out. The reason why we tend to favor concrete situations is because it's easier to know what you're actually talking about. It's easier to know what you meant. When you're dealing with an abstract idea, then it's very general and it can apply differently in different situations. And sometimes it doesn't, you don't really know what you're talking about. And the tendency with abstract ideas, when you're working them, the tendency is that it starts to become more of an intellectual exercise. So it tends to be like we're moving X's and Y's around on a page, we're doing math basically. And, and, as, and that's fine if that math is connected to something real and emotionally for me. Because then when I'm moving the X's and Y's around, I'm actually moving things around inside of my heart, inside of my experience. But if those X's and Y's become disconnected from anything experiential for me, then it becomes just like like a puzzle of sorts. And it can be intellectually satisfying, but it may not actually touch me, or may not actually change anything significantly for me on the experiential level. So if you notice, the work of Byron Katie always starts with emotion. Emotion is the alarm clock saying, hey, there's something going on, check it out. That emotion is grounded in my experience, direct experience. I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel whatever. So then we find the thought that's connected to that emotion, and we work with the thought. But because it came from the emotion in the beginning, when I work the thought, the emotion gets worked. It's like I'm working the emotion directly because the thought and the emotion are connected. If in some way it happens that I've got a thought that's not connected to my experience or emotion or something, and I start manipulating it or turning it around or doing different things, it may just be kind of floating in space and not touch me. So, but that's not to say that an abstract thought has to be disconnected from experience. Not at all. Many times I've had this where I really do feel and think in an abstract way about something, and doing the work on that is really touching me, changing my perspective, opening my mind. And so why not? Um, so those are the only cautions on it, but explore. I always say you can't explore wrong. So try it, see what works for you. You may find some abstract thought when you question it just blows you away, or you may find it goes nowhere. Just play with it, see what you find.